Hey everybody, how's it going? It's the Daily Shooter, and today's just going to be a quick video. I want to show you guys something cool that I found on Amazon. It's just kind of a novelty thing, but still, I'm working on 3 different projects right now. A 6.5 Grendel, 6.5 Creedmoor, and a DPMS style semi-automatic 308. And I use Aeroshell 33 grease. As a matter of fact, I've been using this same tiny little tin right here for probably 5 years. This stuff will really stretch. It'll last you a really long time. But this one finally ran out, so I had to pick up some more. And even though I'm sure a lot of you guys out there already know this, I was surprised to find out that they discontinued Aeroshell 33 and have since replaced it with Aeroshell 64, which apparently is pretty much the same thing, but just a little bit better. Still has the same NATO designation. It's still being used in the aerospace industry. Boeing uses Aeroshell 64, excuse me. It's still being used in multiple countries, and it's still one of the best aerospace greases that you're going to be able to buy. And that's what I use on my build. So I had to find something that was Aeroshell 64 for all these upcoming projects, and I came across this. It is Aeroshell 64 by the Umbrella Corporation, and I just thought that was, kind of a cool novelty. It's got the Umbrella logo on it. It's got the Umbrella logo on the container. Obviously, it's not made by the Umbrella Corporation. Aeroshell is a brand name, but they package it and they put it in these tiny little containers because you don't need to buy a big tube of this stuff. Tubes come, I think they're like 14 ounces, and I couldn't even imagine how long. I'd probably pass it down to my kids. It would last so long. But I thought it was pretty cool. The Umbrella Corporation Aeroshell 64. We're going to take this to the table. I just want to show you guys a little bit about it because if you're kind of a movie nerd like me and you like certain things like novelty stuff like this, maybe you'd be interested in it. Either way, it's still Aeroshell 64, and we're going to talk about it. Okay, so here's a closer look at our Aeroshell 64, formerly known as Aeroshell 33. You can see on the container right here, it says Aeroshell 64. 64 is in green. That's because that's what this is, /33MS. Aeroshell 33 and 64 actually have NATO designations because it is used by NATO. So they have a NATO designation. They're used by major airlines like Boeing. It is being used pretty heavily in multiple countries. It's a really good aerospace grade grease, and that's why a lot of people use it for builds. For me, I've been using this stuff forever. I mean, as long as I've been building, I have been using Aeroshell 33, and now I'm going to be using Aeroshell 64. But this stuff lasts forever. So you got this tiny little container right here. This one, which is even smaller, I've had this for probably 5 years now, and it's lasted me that entire 5 years. It took 5 years for it to run out, and I'm building constantly. So that'll just let you know how much a container that's actually larger than my previous container will last. I'm sure this will last a lot longer than 5 years. Now, for those people out there who really haven't got into building all that much, or maybe you put one together and you didn't use grease or something like that, and you don't know what it's for or what it's all about, Aeroshell's a brand name. The Umbrella Corporation, as you see here, this is just kind of a novelty thing that they've done with this, okay? They don't actually make the Aeroshell that's in this container. Aeroshell's a brand name. They take tubes of it. You can buy it in 14-ounce tubes. They take those tubes, they dispense it into their own containers, put their own labeling on it and stuff like that, and then they sell it in this small container. And if you're asking yourself again, why not just buy a 14-ounce tube of it, for $22 or something like that? Well, that's because a 14-ounce tube is going to last you for about 150 years. It's just going to last you so long. So getting a small amount like this is much better to just throw in your workbench or something like that, so you can just keep it around when you need it. You don't need an entire tube. So it's really good stuff, and it's there to protect the parts of your rifle that you're not going to be able to access again once you put the rifle together. So once you put the rifle together, there are certain spots like under the barrel extension, under the receiver extension and stuff where if, let's say, it gets wet in the rain or you drop it and, somehow there's dampness, moisture, whatever it is, all of those things are going to stay in that area. So underneath your buffer tube where the threads are, right? You're not able to access that unless you, break the castle nut and get in there. So water can sit in there for a little bit. This gives you that added protection against corrosion, and it also keeps things from locking up on you. So it keeps certain things that are threaded down nice and tight. It doesn't make it any looser, so don't think that this is going to make it loosen up or anything like that. It's going to stay as tight as you want it to stay, but it'll keep it from seizing up over time and keep that corrosion out. And that's why it's kind of important to use on your builds, and why I use it on all of my builds. And again, this is just a novelty thing. I mean, the only reason I'm I'm even showing you guys this is because it's a novelty. Otherwise, I wouldn't be like, hey, look, it's Aeroshell 64. Check it out. I just thought it was kind of cool. Found it on Amazon. It's really inexpensive. It's like $7. So it's, you know, not that much money, not that much of an investment, and it's small enough where you can just throw it in your toolbox and not have to worry about it until you decide to put something together. Even if you just swap out a barrel and you're putting on a new barrel, you clean it off, clean off the barrel extension, clean off the threads for the barrel nut, and then put a little bit more of this stuff on to help, you know, protect against corrosion and stuff. Either way, I just thought it was kind of cool. You know, they got the Umbrella Corporation here. They actually have the Umbrella Corporation logo. And, you know, again, they have it on the canister as well. But inside, top grade Aerospace Aeroshell 64. And again, I guess I made this video as well to let people know that have only used Aeroshell 33 that that's been discontinued, and now it is Aeroshell 64. So anyway, pretty much same stuff. And I want to thank you guys very much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.